Hey, good morning. Wow, happy Saturday. What a beautiful morning to be alive. Man, I am so excited. What an amazing week it's been. I had this wonderful opportunity with Monica Swift on Tuesday's live show, and she introduced some great products, and I've been using them. They work really, really good, and so I'm excited about that. And man, the sun is out, the sky is blue, there's no chemtrails, and I figured I'm going to try something different today because it's so nice out. I have the door open, the windows open, and and it's not cold right now, so there's no need to run the generator. And so I'm just going to be able to listen to the birds and just sit here and dig it all. And yesterday, I went out and had a beautiful opportunity. I went out and played a round of golf. I love golfing. It is just so meditative. It's completely zen. And I'm always just there and in the moment and allow it to just unfold and present itself, which it always does. I never concern myself with what happened or what's happening in the future. I just stay in the present, in the now. And that's why I love the game, because it is an opportunity to be one with nature and experience myself and my abilities. So here's the really great news about this. Now, this course is only 5 minutes away, and it's called the Windmill. And it's a 9-hole course, but you do 2 rounds, and the grass is starting to get green now. Well, spring's coming. And anyway, it only costs $15 a round to play, but yesterday I signed up for annual membership, and it is only costing me $27.50 a month. That's less than the cost of 2 rounds. And I can play unlimited golf any day, every day I choose. So I'm feeling really, really good about that, because it's great exercise. I went out walking this morning. I do a walk around the block. It works around out about 4 miles. And the crisp morning air, I put on some old school 80s alternative and listen to the English beat and just stroll along and let my imagination flow. And yeah, it's just glorious. It's a glorious, glorious experience. So life's good. Life's really good. And I do have some really amazing guests coming up this month for the Orin Oracle Lives program. And this coming Tuesday, I'm going to have Brian Smith and Graham Hart, who are going to be joining me from Ireland and the UK, from Cornwall. And we're going to have a great conversation. These guys hosted me on a radio show about a month ago or so, and that was a lot of fun, and they're really good guys. And then after that, I'm going to have Lana Love. She's going to join me, and she brings a lot to the table. And then after that, I'm going to have Andrew Visker, and we're going to have we're going to have an animated conversation. I already can tell. We were on the phone this few days ago for a few hours, and it was a lot of fun. And then the round up the month, my dear friend Kirsten Lazur, who was in one of my WEEDU Wonders videos out in Santa Monica, and she's a dear heart, and she is really special. So the whole month of March is just shaping up. It's going to be really wild. It's going to be so much fun. And it's been an interesting week. There has been some there's been some ripples in the reef, it seems. I don't know. Me, I just stay in my lane, mind my own business, and do my thing. I can't get involved in disputes between people and argumentative ways and righteous postures and all these things. They just to me it just becomes a lot of noise. And so I even had somebody send me a PM about supporting I don't know, it was something to do with Obama and Trump and all that. And I don't do politics. I don't do news. I don't do sports. I don't do any of that. Zero. I'm a nature boy. That's what I am. That's what I do. It's where I'm at. I focus on love. Being at peace. Experiencing love. Discovering love. Sharing love. Because that's where it's at. That's where the whole paradigm shift lives. It's raising consciousness. It's becoming one with ourselves. That's the starting point. Until we're okay with ourselves, we'll never be okay with anyone. Never. And if we, hey, hi Shane. I'm sitting here in the sunshine, so excuse me if I don't notice all the comments and stuff. I'll do my best. I've got a cat that won't, I got the door open. Oh, speaking of that, this one, my little hunter, she scored a mouse yesterday. Yeah. She came in and I was like, what's in her mouth? And she's like batting it around like a soccer ball. And I don't know. I see no evidence of it. I couldn't find any evidence of it. So she may be scoring her own free meat now. I've got natural pest control. It's going to be great. These guys are really happy. They spend a lot of time outdoors now. And even when I go walking, when I go golfing and stuff with the spring coming on, I just leave the door open and let them hang. They do fine. They come and go. So it's really cool. That's really one of the privileges living off the grid, 80 acres, is there's just a great sense of beingness, being in my own private Idaho, so to speak. So, I'm digging it. I'm really digging it. And, the cats are getting bigger. They are growing. And this one can be relentless, always. I got Muji and Babaji. Pretty wild names for a couple of girls, huh? Oh, that new age shit. Daniel actually named him. And I spoke to Daniel. He's doing really great. That I just love Daniel so much. And he's doing really good. I'll leave it up to him to share all of his news. But he's got great things on his horizon. Things are really happening in a beautiful way, poetically for him. And he deserves it. He's a beautiful human being. He lives the vida loca. Okay. She keeps putting her claws in me. That part I don't approve of. I'm not a scratching post. So, anyway, it's like living in a dream. And it is. And I do what I can, with my poems and whatnot to share thoughts and ideas, and I appreciate it when people resonate to them. I'm not attached. I do it as my own process. It's just how I shift my own energy around, and it's just my artistic expression. It's the best thing in the world for me. It's very healthy. It's very healing, and I've been doing it for a long time, so it makes me feel good. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to share one with you. I just wrote it a few minutes ago. Haven't even put it up to publish yet. So if you're here, you're going to get it first. It's called Become the Dream. Live your dream. Close your eyes. Imagine greatness. No compromise. Hold an image in your mind. Love yourself. Take your time. Prepare yourself and see the light. Spread your wings. Take the flight. Soaring dreamscapes that honor you. Become the dream that you make true. Harbor nothing, rest assured. Listen gently, be your word. Given time, you will see your dreams become reality. And they do. Whatever you think about, you bring about. Imagine your greatness. Just picture it. Don't entertain all those doubtful ideas and self-sabotaging ways. That's so archaic. So much of that is being, pounded into us through our life of indoctrination to feel guilty and shameful and not want and, all those things. Who do we think we are? You can't sing, you can't dance. Bullshit. That's all bullshit. But unless we believe in our own experience, our own insights, our own imagination, honor ourselves, love ourselves, and express ourselves in the ways that are in the deepest heart, we're fooling ourselves. Really, honestly. It really is our own responsibility. We can't look to others and blame others and, have any of that. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And when you discover how powerful you are, how magical you are, how beautiful you are, and honor yourself, you'll be tripping. You'll be so tripping. You'll become so awake, so alert, so alive, so aware. I mean, it's amazing. And I have to totally admit, pee drinking is what did it for me. That's what really pushed me over the edge, where my body started getting in alignment. My heart, my mind, my spirit, my overall experience, everything just started awakening. And it just gets better every day in every way. I'm not anxious. I'm not depressed. I'm not any of those things, and I've been all those things. I've had a really colorful life, and I'm a storyteller. I've been doing this a long time because I find that when we are honest with ourselves, we can be honest with others. And I got no secrets. I got nothing to hide. Nothing. People can ask me anything. I'll tell you the truth. No worries. Because I'm not ashamed. I just made decisions and choices along the way in my life that some of them weren't in my highest good. They didn't serve me well. And some of those roads were pretty bumpy, pretty shaky. But here I am. I've lived to tell. It's good stuff. Now, I've had so many different careers. I've had 3 wives. I've raised children. I've had 3 different divorces. I've remained single and abstinent for over 10 years. Because I needed to grow. I needed to change. I needed to wake up. I'd fucked up a lot, a lot. And it's all good. It's okay. I'm still here. I read a thing this morning on one of the groups about somebody that's had several heart attacks and all these things, man, I responded. I said, "Wow, good job that You've had so many ways that, that many times you've been shown the exit and you're still here at the threshold of greatness. It's amazing how it works. That doesn't kill us will make us stronger. And it's just in our perception of what we perceive, what we allow, what we trust. That's all that matters. If you don't trust yourself, how do you expect anybody else to trust you? You don't love yourself, nobody's going to love you. Some people really enjoy their drama. They really enjoy their misery. They really like it because it gives them a certain amount of sympathy and attention and all that. And I know there's people that just love to argue. They just do it because it's gaming, it's sparring, it's fun. That's up to them. I don't, if somebody approaches me with the contestant idea and the competition routine and all that, I'll just hand them a quarter and say, there you go, you win. Simple. I don't need to win. Win what? Win an argument? Win a game? What does that represent? See, I believe that competition is what is one of the truest wedges in separation. Us and them. My team. Doesn't work. Just doesn't. Cooperation is the key. That's the way. And until we don't, when we stop, that's when it'll shift. I totally, in my heart, my whole life is about collective consciousness. It's unifying tribes, not diversifying them. We can have diversified tribes, but we need to unify them. Not my camp, your camp. That just doesn't work anymore. Look around. Just look at the world. It's pretty, it's hitting, it's not pretty. But you can make your world pretty. You can make your world glorious. Your world can be beautiful. And as your world becomes that, it magnetically attracts others into it. Totally. So if you like the love vibration, be the love vibration. Be it. It works. It does. It attracts. Like attracts like, always. And me, I like myself. I haven't always liked myself. I haven't always loved myself. I've done so many things to destroy myself. It's crazy. But, I consider that my failures are a part of my success. I can honestly say that I have been a successful failure. And I'm okay with that. It's all just a part of the journey. And the journey never ends. I made a new or an oracle the other day in a graveyard. And I had way too much fun doing that, man, in the Bone and Stone Orchard. And I totally believe that we never die. We're just energy. That's it. We're energy. And you can't kill energy. Energy doesn't go away, regardless of how you treat your meat suit. That's moot. This is just who we are doing whatever we're doing now. That's all. It doesn't go away. Energy just transforms. Even if you cremate, you turn into ash, turn into smoke. It's just a transformed energy. Just moves into another direction, another dimension. That's all. You think you're going to preserve something by going into some, bronze casket. I just don't see the point. That's me, though. You know, I don't trip on anybody's choices. You know, everybody has their own. You know, that's it. And we have to learn to honor everybody, honor their choices, respect them. We don't have to agree with them. We don't have to be a part of it. But making them wrong, disrespecting, taking away their sense of self and honor, that shit doesn't fly right. Just doesn't fly right. Not in my perception. I want to love people. I don't want to hate anybody. I don't have time for hate and discord. What a waste of energy. Life's too precious. And it is. I think everybody has nothing but love inside them, no matter how much they hate themselves. Those who hate themselves the most need the most love. They're the most damaged goods walking around. You can see it everywhere. Really damaged goods. Depressed, suppressed, compressed. And until somebody gives them a hug, that shit'll just go on and on. Just carries over, just continues. So how can we really be of service? How can we really help these wounded warriors? These people that have lost their vision, lost their hope, lost their way? By beating them up more? Telling them how fucked up they are and how wrong they are and should do this and should do that. And where do we get the authority to do that? I don't know. I always feel that if we don't look at ourselves and figure that shit out first, we're always looking in the wrong direction. There's no sense telling somebody else how to clean their closet when ours is a wreck. Yeah, we got to start in our own home, clean up our own temples, find the pristine that lives within us. And there is that. There is a lot of people that have no. You look in their eyes, and it's like no one's home. Where'd they go? What happened? Something must have squashed them along the way. People don't come in this way. No one comes in this way. We all come in as pure love, light energy. Supple. That's what urine therapy will do for you. 9 months soaking in pee, man, what do you expect? Nice little soft, supple babies. Coming in pure, essential, all-knowing. All-knowing. And if we can find our way back home like that, wow. I really do trust urine therapy in that. It does that. Helps us find our way back home. Can't love yourself more than drinking your pee. My goodness gracious me. Pee works. Works for me. I don't impose it on anybody. I don't pretend to be anybody. I don't posture myself in such a way that I have the all-knowing, all-seeing. What bullshit. That's bullshit. I know for me, I know what works for me. That's what I do. I do what works for me. I encourage people to do the same. Listen to your body, trust your instincts, follow your true path. I don't want people following me around. I mean, you want to join me and walk side by side? Awesome. Let's do that. Let's get together and have some fun. Let's do the tribal dance. Get together and have, play music and love each other and celebrate. Bring our goodness forth. Allow ourselves to be the glorious ones that we really truly are. Yeah. Yep. Can't love yourself more than drinking your pee. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I just love you guys so much, man. Brian, I love you so dearly. You're such a cool man. He's my man. I've been talking to a lot of people this week. I've had so many phone conversations and video chats this last week. It's just been like, wow. And I appreciate it. I do. People, I just love people. And people are going through their own stuff. They are. My dear friend lost one of his dogs yesterday. It was really sad. I know. I got to meet both these dogs, and he picked them out when they were 2 weeks old, and he's had them since they were 8 weeks old. And his beautiful dog. She just had heart failure and been sick for a while, and just laid down and died yesterday on his kitchen floor. And I could feel I knew how sad he was, and I felt that sadness too. And he lost a real dear friend, and we never know what's going on for people. What they're really truly processing, what they're dealing with. So it's important to love people. It's important to do that. Not get our self-centeredness in the way of just allowing other people to be in their own process and trust the process. And it's all a process. That's just life. Just like art. Layer after layer after layer of layers. Processing. Now, I've done a lot of show business. Big time. And you know what show business is? Process. Staging. It's all staging. You do all the staging to get all set up so the stage is set. Then you do your thing, and then you dismantle the stage. It's a process. That's all it is. And it's always important to stay present and in the moment. That's what's the important part. Don't worry about shit. Just be in the moment. That's why I like this live stuff. I don't have any other option but to be here now. I don't script anything. I mean, my poem was scripted. But that's just a process. I don't sit and read them and reread them and reread them. I just process them. It's just allowing my creative self to express itself. It makes me feel good to do so, so I do it. That's why I publish them. If people like them, great. If they don't like them, I'm not going to take it personal. That's ridiculous. And this is it's the catch-22. When we start taking things personally. That is a trap. It's a big trap. When we take things personally and assume things about what other people are doing, being, and having. Dangerous game. Really dangerous. We have to allow. We allow ourselves, we allow others. It happens like that. Works just like that. Now me, I'm going to enjoy the whole experience. Every moment I breathe, I consider a gift. I just inhale love and exhale gratitude. Because it's so rewarding. Life is a reward. It's a gift. We've all been given a gift. And the more present we are, the more our gift appears. That's why it is present. It's a present. Just a gift. That's what it is. Be here now. Pretty simple thoughts. That was a book that was written by Ram Dass. And he's an interesting person. You know, there's some pretty interesting people that have come, gone, but their energy's still around, legendaries. You know, they have so much wisdom, they're always kept alive. Now, there's been a lot of banter regarding like Andrew Norton Webber. Where is he? What happened? What difference does it make? He's a legend. His legend lives. His videos are out there. People are listening. People gain knowledge. Whatever he's choosing in his personal life, I would think it's pretty much up to him. And for people to speculate on what other people are doing, that's none of our business. Just allow it. Allow it to be. Whatever he's choosing, whatever he's doing is working for him. That's apparent. That's none of our business what's so. Love the brother, leave him alone. If he wanted to be public, he would be. And he was. A lot. He is the one who really, kind of led me to do what I am doing as far as urine therapy. He's the one who just said in a, hey, Carol, he said in a video, or actually it was a radio interview with allegedly Dave, he said, we're looking for the 100th monkey. And somehow that resonated to me. And I repeat that a lot because there's still a lot of monkeys out there. Maybe you are. Maybe you're the next monkey who's going to go ahead and be out there, be bold. I have no fear. I have no resistance, no fear. I knew that right out of the gate. Within 1 day, 2 days of drinking my pee, I said, I'm not going to hide out in this. I'm going to make this thing go right viral, whatever that means. Because I felt so great. I just felt good. I just wanted to share good news. To me, it's good news. Orin is good news. Glow with the flow. Recycle your orin. And to me, there's always that old saying, I've been born again. Well, I am. I'm Bjorn again. We are born in pee. We are born in orin. And so being born again is understanding that by drinking your pee and recycling your pee, you are born again. You're going right back to your root. What brought us here, what created us, what crafted us, how we became a person, a living being. P. Pretty simple stuff. No sense complicating it. People want to get all scientific, that's fine. There's plenty of science out there. I've done a lot of homework, I've done a lot of research, I've done a lot of experiment, and I live in my experiment all the time. I trust my experience with it. It's working for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you. I don't know why it wouldn't. But I don't know if it's going to work for you the way it worked for me. How can I tell you what your body's going to do, how your body's going to respond? I make no effort in doing that. I just share what I know. I share my experience because I am in the glory of my life. I am. I'm having more fun than I ever had. Ever. My dreams are coming alive every day. There's a lot of things I want to tell you, but I'm being very, I'm exercising a certain level of discernment as things actualize. And as they actualize, I'll share more. But I've learned, don't jump out the window until you're ready to fly. It's all in the preparation. But things are happening in my life that I am really excited about, really jazzed. Every day in every way. It's a beautiful experience. And the reason I tell you this, it's not about me. I'm not ego tripping. I'm telling you this because you have all the same tools. I wasn't given any special tools. None. I was just given the same set of tools everybody was given. And one of the biggest tools, your imagination. We're the only species that have imagination. The only one. Every other species, they rely on instinct. Now, we can take a big lesson from other species about trusting our instincts and get our mind the fuck out of the way. Because this is what really happens for most of us. And I know I'm one. I know this one too well. Where we just sabotage ourselves. Our instincts told us the truth. And then our mind chatter kicks into gear. And we start having this discussion in our brain of rationalizing ideas. Then we start making other decisions and choices, looking at ways to justify our means to an end. And when it's all said and done, then we fall short and shit goes wrong. And you go back full circle. Generally, our instincts were correct. And we didn't listen. So it's healthy. It's healthy to listen. Enjoy your imagination. Trust it. Listen to your body. Trust your instincts. Use your imagination. It's a gift. Something that'll serve you well. You can dream as big as you want. And your dreams will emerge. Just don't sabotage them. That's the critical key. I wrote a quote 20 years ago. Give yourself permission to get out of your way. And I realized when I wrote it, I said, man, that's what's been happening. I keep getting in my own way. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not uniquely different than anybody. We're all uniquely different from everybody. That's what makes it so beautiful. We're all different, which makes us the same. If we celebrate our difference instead of beating up our indifference, it's a paradigm shift. Changes everything. Yes, it's true. We are gods, Michelle. Yeah. Gods and goddesses. We have been created with those amazing powers. We are all, everybody. Nobody was excluded. Now, what really shifts everybody is their establishment in indoctrination and belief systems. People get really passionate about that shit. Now, I don't care whether you're a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, They all have their own forms of passion, and they're absolutes. And it's my way or the highway. Well, that shit don't fly right. What happens to everybody else if you got it all figured out? Doesn't work like that. We have to be inclusive, not exclusive. If we really want to get along, if we want to unify as a species, we really want to make a difference, the longer we hold the separation, the longer we just get taken down the wrong trail, the wrong path. And some people will die for that shit. They'll fight to the end. Their hate is more important than their love. And so be it. Just look around. See what's going on. Those fires are raging everywhere. But just because that goes on doesn't mean you have to participate. It's not required. Just not. We only participate in what we choose. Me, I choose not. I know that shit exists. I'm not blind. But I don't give it any energy. I don't invest in it. I just don't. That's why I turned off the noise. Turned it all off. Never been happier. Never been happier. Really, I realized what a distraction it was from being in the true essence of well-being. You know, to get caught up in nightly news. You know, to let your life be determined by what the weather is. Whether you're going to have a good day or a shitty day, depending on what your team does, wins, lose. What horse shit is that? It's all horse shit. It's just distraction. Keeps us separated from who we really are. And it's by design. It works really good. It is flawless how well it works. And it's just a matter of choice of whether we want to participate or not. When you bow out of those arenas and start listening to something different. I always recommend to people the healthiest thing you could ever do is go take a walk in nature and listen to it. Watch it. It's in perfection. It's in total perfection. It's an arabesque, a natural design of perfection. And the more we are in touch with that, the more in touch we become with our own arabesque, our own perfect design, our own perfect nature. It's pretty simple stuff. But it's not easy. And the reason it's not easy, because we have to unlearn. We have to undo. We have to go back to the source. And most of us are too obsessed with our obsessions, our education, our possessions, our place in society, concerning ourselves with what others think. What difference does it make what others think? They're going to think what they think no matter what you think. And the more you concern yourself about what they think, especially about you, you're just going to goon yourself over and over. That's what happens. I just can't see the point. Seems just like ridiculous to me. So I'm learning to love myself. And I practice at doing so. I never claim perfection, even though we are perfect. Everything's perfect. But I'm on a journey. And it goes on every day, every moment, in every way. And things don't just go away. We can't wish things away. Everything is what it is, when it is, where it is, why it is. All that changes is how we change our perception about it. Whether we let it be something that is affecting us or not. And these are all a choice. I've had people come up to me and say, man, you are just so full of shit. What an asshole. Where do you cut off on all this? I mean, who do you think you are? And I go, I'm you, man. I'm you. Though you're asking me the questions, I'm just a mirror. But I am you. I'm not who you think I am. You are who you think I am. That's all. And that's just a reflection. So when we point fingers and look outside ourselves and put the shit on other people, it's our shit. It's all our shit, not their shit. You can't dump that shit on somebody else. People who do that, they think they feel better because they've just dumped their shit. But if you're not willing to clean your shit up, you're full of shit, man. You're the problem, not the solution. It's just responsibility. And the more impeccable we are with our word, the more we own our own word, our own integrity, our authenticity, being genuine, showing true colors. Be transparent. These things are the real keys. This is how you unlock the door to your greatness. Harboring that shit don't help. We lose ourselves in self. It's too easy. Too easy to get lost. It really is. But there is a way out. We can unlock the door. We don't have to be enslaved. Ever. It's not required. Just not required. We are the jailer. We are the prisoner. And we hold the key in our hand. And we can unlock that door anytime we want. Walk right out of the cell. Just like that. You know what? I'm going to drink to that. Oh, my pee, it tastes so salty. Oh, my pee. Yeah. That's another whole thing, everybody's like, oh God, I drink my pee, man, and I'm like this and that and the other, and it's like, pee changes. It does. In the course of a day, pee can go from being like sweet coconut water to dank bitters. Who cares? It's your medicine. It's a perfect barometer of whatever you're doing. You can flush your system in 20 different ways. Go ahead. But when your body detoxes, it can still change. It's not going to be perfect, clear, sweet-smelling water 24/7. Not in my experience. Maybe in yours as well. Good for you. But me, my body constantly is growing, changing. The more I exercise, the more I process, the more, more of anything. It all goes through a process, and the pee changes. Changes all the time. I don't trip on it. I just drink it. That's what I do with it. I drink it. I drink as much as I feel like it. And the rest I store. I'm up to 40 gallons now. Man, I got a pee warehouse. And I'm excited about it. And people keep going, well, what are you going to do with all that pee? Yeah, I got a plan with my pee. And it's cool to look at, when I look at all these gallons, all the variances, the colors, some are golden, some are dark amber, and you can tell the older ones just get, they get darker and darker. And I like it. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm procuring. I want that really dark amber stuff. That's what I want. That's what I'm after. That's what I'm going to soak in my tub with. It's like silk. It's the most beautiful moisturizer you can ever use on your body. It feels awesome. So, when I build my tiny house with my deck, score a bathtub, I'm going to take all that pee. Well, not all of it. I'm going to always be, I'm a pee factory, man. I can pump, there's days that I can pump a gallon of pee. Just like that. Even looping, I end up with a gallon of pee, of stored pee. So, I'm good. I mean, I just keep collecting and collecting. I'm digging it too. So, here's what I'm going to do with that pee. When I'm ready, when I have my tub, I'm going to start filling the tub. I'm going to be very cautious about how I pour out the pee because I want to collect the Oramus in the bottom. So I'm going to pour the majority of the pee out of the gallon, and then I'm going to transfer all of that bottom end. I'm going to transfer into its own private jar, and I'm just going to let all that resettle. Then I'll siphon that off again until I get down to the essence of the Oramus, which I trust I'm going to have a lot. Then I'm going to rinse it 3 times. This is a recommendation from my friend Rosalind. Rinse it 3 times with fresh pee and let it dry. And here's your true alchemy. Beautifully. This is turning your, this is your going from lead to gold. There's gold in them there hills. There's gold in our pee, man. It's there. And here's an idea that Glenn he's put this up in recommendations, something that he's been doing, which I haven't tried yet, but it sounds like a great idea. He slowly simmers his pee in a like a saucepan, gets it down to where it's like a syrup. And he takes that syrup like a tincture or elixir or whatever, in a fine form. It's almost like a honey, he says. And it's, and he says it's awesome. He's feeling it. I think it's a great idea. I haven't done that yet. But, and that's the whole thing, is everybody that, experiments, there's no right way, wrong way. I mean, it's your way, man. Figure it out. It's your body. Your perfect medicine. Have fun with it. I made wine early on. I did it with organic lemons, and I just cut them up and put them in one of the gallons back a year ago. And I just really forgot about it. I stuck it in the back of the cabinet and just let it hang. And after a few months, I pulled it out and went, oh yeah, what about this? And I remember doing one of the videos back then, and it was good. I was getting a buzz. It was fermented, and it was cool. I tried it with oranges, and it just wasn't. I didn't like it. I actually the oranges just was completely different. But the thing about the pea is it always changes. So it's no different than getting a different batch of grapes. If you're going to make wine, whatever you're doing, there's always, it's a living organism, and it changes. That's all. And Jordan Blake, he explains, and he's got a site about the kombucha mushroom tea, and using pea will naturally ferment. Now, I'm just leaving it all alone. I'm just collecting. I have, I'll get to a point where I'm ready, where I feel I'll do all sorts of different experimentation. Right now, I'm just collecting. I'm letting it, I want it to age as long as possible. And I have friends that have HP that's 10 and 15 years old. That's pretty powerful shit right there. But I've only been doing this just over, well, I guess 13, going on 14 months now or whatever. And so my stuff's still, it's like a young wine. But I just keep aging it. I just keep letting that happen because it's magical. People worry about what's going on in there. Oh, I see this, what's that on the bottom? What's this, that, and the other? Don't overanalyze it. It's stem cell enzymes. It's a living organism. Your pee is a living organism. Trust it, know it, protect it. Certainly you don't want larvae, from insects or anything, cover it, protect it, let it breathe and all that stuff. That's important. These are just processes that are important. But pee has a life of its own. It truly does. It is a living organism. And you know what makes your pee so awesome? It's yours. That's what makes it perfect for you. And whatever you choose to do with it, it's up to you. You can follow all sorts of recommendations, ideas, recipes, this, that, and the other. They're all over the place, man. The internet's full of them. The groups are full of them. The files are full of them. The YouTubes are full of them. There's so many ideas that you can do. The most important thing that I could ever offer as a recommendation, drink that shit, man. Drink your pee. Do that. When all else, fails, drink your pee, man. You can't go wrong. No one ever in whole history, 5,000 years of recording, nobody's died from drinking pee. There's not one case. Not one. Now, that's pretty interesting stuff right there. I'll drink to that. Now, I even have this little collapsible cup. It's awesome. A gift from my friend Diana. And it's stainless steel. I take it in my golf bag. I'm out there yesterday, coming up on hole 7, got to pee. I pull it out of my bag. I extend the little telescopic. I pee in it and drink it. Boom. Just like that. It's cool like that. I like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I have fun with pee. See, it's not a chore to me. It's not. I just have fun with it. To me, it's like it's one of the greatest gifts we've ever been given. Yeah, vitamin P. It is, right, Glenn? It is. It's totally vitamin P. And when you're lacking in vitamin D and C and K and L and P, and P is going to help you get to all the vitamin needs and mineral needs, in my experience. I don't take any supplements. I don't take any vitamins. I don't do any of that jazz. I'm a self-contained unit. I don't look to my food. I don't look to any of it to supply me anything. I totally rely on my pee to do all that, all of it. I rely on it. And it's working for me. Will it work for you? I don't know. What are you doing? I don't know. Do your thing and let us know how it's working. People overwork their mind with this shit. They do. They just get all obsessed in their mind, like, well, this, that, the other, blah, 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 blah. I told somebody earlier this week, I said, look, I appreciate all your questions and stuff, but, you need to just go buy some books, man. Like the rest of us. Do your research. Look into it. Figure it out. Experiment. Drink your pee. Enjoy the journey. If you think that you can overanalyze all this shit and have other people answer all your questions, man, go to college. Go pay somebody. Do that. If that's how your mind is going to operate. Otherwise, chill, man. Relax and enjoy the ride. I mean, that's just a simple recommendation. It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun when you just like allow and trust and ride, man. Ride the ride. You'll feel it. You'll see it. You'll experience the change. I assure you, you will, regardless of your condition. And everybody's condition's different. Everybody, look at your body. Now, here's a good, be observant on this one. If you have spent a lifetime poisoning yourself through food, air, water, and pharmaceuticals or whatever, you think you're just going to switch that like a light switch and it's just going to change? You got to take some time to undo whatever you did, and that can take a while. The detox process can take a long while. The transformation can take a long while. My mind turned around pretty quick, but I jumped right in head first and started swimming. I didn't fuck around. I just jumped in. I started guzzling. I was looping all my pee. I was drinking tons of distilled water, just ate fruit. I just dedicated myself because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And that's what worked for me. It turned me around. Shit started changing. But the detox went on for months. Months and months and months. And it still does. That's why I drink my pee every day. I am doing what I consider to be the right choice. I'm constantly detoxing. Constantly. So I never worry about it. I don't worry about what it looks like, what it tastes like. I just always look at what it feels like, and I feel fucking good. I do feel good. Every day, I get stronger in every way. I feel younger in every day. I just do. It's working. Yeah. So, it's always such a privilege to chill. I really love this Saturday morning thing. I really do. It's just, it feels free. And just trip on whatever I'm tripping on. And yeah, I like the other shows too. I love interviewing guests and exchanging ideas and having that conversation. I love that stuff. Yeah, the moon, Glenn, you're so right. Last night, even this morning when I got up to go for my walk, the moon is full out there. The sun was coming up on the other side. And so I'm looking at the beautiful plain and I'm going, this is glorious. Moon on one side, sun on the other side. What a beautiful day to be alive. Yes, indeed. So it's all so good. Life be good. I hope yours is. I really do. I wish goodness on everyone. Everyone. I don't think anybody needs to be excluded from having a life of goodness, a life full of love, having their dreams come true. It's possible for everyone, always. Yeah. Who are you being? It's always a healthy question. Who are you being? Not what are you doing? Who are you being? Beingness is, that's the critical one right there. The doing, everybody does something. Have whatever you want. I'm not much into want. My needs are always fulfilled. It always seems to just work out. Life works out, no matter what. So, speaking of that, I'm coming up like just about 12 days now, the final balloon payment for the book. And I am still graciously and lovingly accepting any donations that anybody wants to make because that's a healthy payment that I'm making. And so I just trust and allow. And so if you want to participate at that level, which still gives you an opportunity to be listed in the book, timing is everything. Once it comes to a final review, then I can't add anything to the book. Right now, I can still add. I can add people into the acknowledgments of being contributors. I can also still include any comments if people want to submit. Comments are accepted in my email at WEEDU gmail.com. And you have to be willing to disclose, your name and all that, because I have to validate it. I have to send every one of those emails to the publisher so they can validate that I didn't fabricate. So that's an important part. So if that's something of interest, I welcome you. If you want to donate, I lovingly accept that. That's at paypal.me/WEEDU, $25 or more. 25 guarantees you a signed and numbered copy and inclusion in the book. So there it is. And again, I just trust, I allow, I accept, and everything always seems to fall right into place as it will. It always works that way. It's a beautiful thing. Life is good. Yeah, life is good. So does anybody have any questions for me at all? I'm doing the best I can. Like I said, I got the sun in my eyes and I'm looking at my screen, and I can barely see how the comments are running. So I'm doing the best I can. But if anybody has any questions, I'll certainly be happy to answer them. I always feel comfortable in responding to people. And I always come from a place of my truth. I don't want to tell people what to do. I usually tell people what I've done. And if it works for you, great. If not, go ask somebody else and see what they've done. See if that works for you. But I found that most everything that works for me is what I've basically chosen and have decided upon. And it's constantly growing and changing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know what I imagine. I do, and I trust that process. I do. I've got a wild-ass imagination, man. It operates in 5D. It's real colorful. And I like it. It's fun for me. So, I love you all dearly. I do. And I appreciate you joining in, sharing the opportunity, and taking time out on your Saturday to just be. That's all we're doing. We're just being, just chilling. That's all. Even the cats are chilling. They all calm down. And yeah, it's all good. So let's see. Michelle's asking about Glenn's pea syrup. Does it interfere with the raw process? You can address that with Glenn. Glenn's very open. Glenn's awesome. Get to know Glenn. He shares himself awesomely. He does. He's a beautiful human being. And he shares a lot of thought, a lot of idea. He participates a lot, and I appreciate that. I do. And he's a high-quality cotton human being with a beautiful tribe. He brings a lot to the table. And so does Brian. Brian does, too. There's a lot of people. I don't like to single people out too much and make other people feel excluded. That's not my intent. Ever. Casey, you're a changed guy. You might have to stay with this for a while. Well, thanks, Shane. Yeah, I don't intend to. I never intend to stop doing my pee. I realize pee is the fluid that has totally lubricated my body, my brain, my heart, my senses, my soul. It has just totally uh, made my machine run good. It's under a good lube. My own personal Jiffy Lube. And yeah, I don't have to change the filters, and I don't have to have a receipt at the end. I don't have to paper it, so I like that part. But like I mentioned at the top of the show, Monica Swift, she sent me these really awesome products, and you should look into them if you ever have any interest because they work. They work really good for pain relief, and they're this one is called Maggie, and it's magnesium spray-on oil. It just they're beautiful. They're really nice, and I think it's swiftnaturals.com. I think is where you can find it. Yeah, swiftnaturals.com, and be supportive of Monica. She's quite a gift herself. She brings a lot to the table, and I really enjoyed spending time with her and getting to know her. She's really awesome. Yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I see a golf game in my afternoon. I'm going to start doing this every day. Well, weather permitting, of course, and time and all that. But now that I've got a full-time membership, I could play golf anytime I want. Unlimited. $27.50 a month. Is that a deal or what? Most golf courses you can't even get a round for $27.50. I've lived in places where like Sedona, Arizona, you're talking about $400, $500. There's courses that it's ludicrous, it's ridiculous to play around golf. Are you kidding me? Yikes. Out of my wheelhouse. I'm a minimalist. I like a deal. Even if I had more money that I knew what to do with, I would just build sanctuaries to make a beautiful community for the animals and for people. That's what I'd do with it. I wouldn't buy a bunch of bullshit, clutter up a house and garage and real estate with all that. What's the point? That's my point of view, though. I like my little world because I live in a big world, and it's all inside of me. 5D. It's all in 5D, man. So, anyway, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up because I just feel complete myself. And so unless anybody has a question or anything, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And thank you all for coming and joining me. It's been a beautiful opportunity to be in your presence, as always. I love you all dearly. And boom, you just been loved. Yes, you have, Michelle. Boom, you just been loved. Have a beautiful, wonderful, marvelous day. And always remember to love yourself because you deserve it. I love you all dearly. Bye now.